I have my it's not my original story, but it's my I guess coming out story, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Speak. It's a mental health awareness story. The ink version is complete. It is hidden from my profile because I really, 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 really need to revamp it really bad. Really bad. But I want to finish the Limelight version, which is out now.
Hmm.
And then I will revamp the ink version. So I have that, which is out in complete in ink and ongoing in Limelight.
Okay.
I actually have the first 6 episodes of the sequel out, um, called Silence. Because what's the opposite of speaking? Silence.
Silence,
I have a thing about one-worded titles of
which is cool.
significance. It's kind of my thing. So I
It's
have
like
those
another
two.
reason why you're like probably one of my favorite people in the community.
I have The Wall, which the only reason why that has 2 words is because wall sounded weird and I couldn't
Yeah.
find another word to describe the story. So The Wall, it's my creator contest winner. It's a fantasy adventure. It's almost complete.
It's one of my favorites.
I'm trying to finish the second to last episode.
No.
I just hope I don't kill myself in the process. Not like um as far as from exhaustion. It is my most complex directed and branched
Hmm.
story. It's nothing to have over 30,000 lines per episode. Um, it's pretty complex, but
Hmm.
it's been fun to write. But and I really, really love the story. I'm just ready for it to be over,
Oh,
just because it wears me out so much.
yeah, and especially too, I understand you with the branching and like the like umpteen million lines you have to do. No, I feel you
Yes.
on that. You just leave. Even some days I just look on stories like that and I'm like, not today.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I have those are my most well-known stories.
Mhm.
Then I have story called Chicanery. It's a murder mystery.
Okay.
Um, it's very twisted. It's very twisted. It's not as twisted as I originally wanted it, but I kind of toned it down for episode.
Yeah, since the new
PG-13.
guidelines. Yep, since the new guidelines.
So it's completed. It's in ink. It is probably my second most heavily branched and directed story.
Hmm.
It's I guess you could say it's kind of branched and kind of similar to The Wall. Um, but it's one of those where you're actually the suspect in a murder and you have to prove your innocence type thing.
Oh, okay.
Uh, so that's chicanery. Um,
Hmm.
then I have detenu, which it's the Indian word for prisoner.
Oh,
It
okay. That's
was
cool.
um, I'm sorry.
All good. I just did the same thing too.
It was a thriller contest entry, so it's 3 episodes long and it's complete. It's it's a post-apocalyptic story.
Hmm.
Um, it's pretty heavily branched too, with some pretty. It was kind of my first focus on branching and directing story, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Oh.
Um, and then I have a story that is on hold, that I will finish. I promise I will finish. I just need to finish The Wall first. It's called Verdict. It was a mm, misconnections contest entry. Um,
That would have been before I joined, I
and
think.
no, misconnections was not this February, but the February before. So
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
reason why I didn't finish it was um, the misconnections, like when the judging when they announced the new contest, the very next contest was adventurous, which was the wall.
Yeah.
So that's why that one kind of got put on hold. Otherwise, I don't like having unfinished stories. So choices definitely matter.
Mhm.
It's a male main character. You can choose to play as a bad boy or a gentleman. And you can choose between a male or a female love interest. And so choices do definitely matter there. And then I have my parody.
Which I've read, I know when I reviewed it back on my review Instagram, I'm like, I didn't know if it was a joke or not. And then you're like, yep, it was a joke. It was
It's a
completely a
joke.
joke. I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, it
Um,
was perfect.
so,
It
you
was
know
great
how
though. I
I
loved it.
said that my titles are usually one-worded titles?
Oh my god, yeah, this one's the long one.
This is Pregnant by My Twins Students Gang Leader Dad. What? No, Pregnant by My Twins Students Gang Leader Dad. So I basically I took all of the overdone cliches in
And combined
episode
it.
and I threw them all into one story, and I decided to experiment a little, and I directed the story in all three styles. So uh
Which I don't know how to do that. I'm not gonna do that, but it was still pretty cool to see.
so yeah, the characters, the main character and her twin sister are in limelight. The love interests are in ink, and a lot of the background characters are in ink. And then your gang members, because it's a gang story, are all in classic. So it's a hoot. Not to be taken seriously, obviously, but the title kind of explains the story itself. So um, the only other stories I have on different platform, I'm working on Speak on Wattpad, because I would like to turn it into a novel one of these days. My biggest limiting factor is my speech problems,
Mhm.
um, with the narrative and everything. And then the prologue, or oh yeah, the prologue to my original episode story is on Wattpad. The rest of it's there, but it's all hidden. So only the prologue is visible. And that's it right now.
That's really cool. And I think I remembered seeing that you were writing